All right, today we're going somewhere else. A place about 3,500 light years from here. It's a world of just staggering beauty, but also really profound spiritual laws. This is the 10,000-year realm. We usually think of paradise as the finish line, right? The ultimate reward. But what if it wasn't the end at all? What if it was actually more like a training ground? The place where the real work for your soul actually begins. That's the idea we're going to dive into. Okay, so to even begin to wrap our heads around this realm, we've got to start with its sky. Seriously, just forget everything you think you know about day and night. This place is playing by a completely different set of cosmic rules. First off, the scale of this place is it's mind-bending. The planet itself is 16 times bigger than Earth, and it doesn't rotate at all. And get this, instead of one sun, it has 16, and each one bathes the world in a totally different kind of light. So what does that mean? Well, this crazy solar system creates 16 totally separate, permanent zones of light. Just try to picture this, a region of eternal night where the only light you see comes from glowing plants and bioluminescent mountains. Or how about a land of eternal dawn, just forever stuck in that perfect, beautiful moment right as the day begins? It's like the whole world is painted in permanent light and color. And the environment? It's completely pristine, totally untouched. We're talking no industry, no pollution, nothing. Just these endless, breathtaking views where nature is just perfect. But, a world this perfect, it kind of begs the question, who or what gets to live there? So, who are the inhabitants of this perfect world? Well, they're called the immortals. And their life, their very existence, is where this whole idea of a perfect paradise starts to get, well, complicated. I mean, on the surface, their life sounds like a dream come true. You live for about 35,000 years. There's no work, no money, no property to stress about. But take a closer look at what's missing. No family, no romantic love, no deep personal connections. I mean, really think about that for a second. That's a society with no passion, no art born from heartbreak, no ambition that comes from wanting to provide for the people you love. It's a life of incredible peace for sure, but maybe also incredible emptiness. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The central paradox. In a life where you have zero struggle, zero desire, none of those messy but beautiful complications that come with being human, what's the point? What are you even working towards? Well, the answer is in this cosmic law that pretty much governs every single soul there. Turns out, their purpose isn't just to live in paradise, it's to transcend it. So let's break down how that whole system works. Okay, so the whole system, everything, hinges on this one idea, Lifechanyuan, which basically translates to mortal thoughts. And these are exactly what they sound like, all those attachments and desires that tie a soul to the physical world. Things like wanting power, feeling jealous or angry, grieving, and yeah, even the desire for a family or romantic love. So here's the deal. After their 35,000-year life is up, where an immortal goes next is all about their state of mind. If your mind is totally pure, you ascend to an even higher plane of existence. Awesome. But if you have even a few stray mortal thoughts, nope. You come right back to the 10,000-year realm to do it all over again. If you have those thoughts pretty often, you actually get demoted to a lower realm. And if you actually act on those thoughts, well, welcome back to Earth. That's how you end up reincarnated as a human. To make this a little more concrete, the story actually follows the journey of these 8 specific immortals. We see them over the course of 30,000 years as they try to purify their minds enough to ascend. And what's really cool is that their spiritual progress is something you can actually see. It manifests as the power of flight. And this isn't just some cool superpower. It's a literal measure of how pure their mind is. So after, say, 10,000 years of this spiritual practice, they can levitate a few feet. By the 30,000-year mark, they can soar to the very edge of space. It's a physical symbol of how detached they've become from the world below. Their diet changes right along with their abilities. They start off eating solid stuff like nuts, then move on to softer fruits, and then eventually just water. But the ultimate goal? It's to not need any physical food at all, to sustain themselves on pure cosmic energy, basically severing that last physical tie to the world. So after 30,000 years of this incredibly intense training, our 8 immortals are finally ready. It's time for the final test. And for that, they have to travel to the highest point in the entire realm. Their destination is a place called Wangtian Cliff, and this peak is an unbelievable 90,000 meters tall. To put that in perspective for you, that is 10 times the height of Mount Everest. Just wow. And right at the top, there's this pyramid made of stars that focuses pure cosmic energy right onto the cliff, basically setting the stage for their final transformation. When they get to the cliff, there are really only two ways it can go. If they succeed, they achieve what's called rainbow transformation. Their physical body literally dissolves into pure light and their soul ascends. But what if their mind still isn't pure enough? Well, it's not game over. They're just sent to this special garden to keep training, where they get to eat this magical ginseng fruit that helps boost their spiritual energy. So what about our 8 pilgrims? How did they do? Well, only 5 of them made it on their first attempt. The other 3, even after 30,000 years of work, still had these lingering attachments holding them back. So off to the garden they went to keep at it. It just goes to show you how unbelievably hard it is to achieve that level of true detachment. And that really brings us to the final question, one for you to think about. All those things we value, love for your family, your ambition, your friendships, your passions, in the 10,000-year realm, those are all obstacles, things you have to overcome. So if you were there, what immortal thoughts do you think would be the hardest for you to let go of?